So I want to touch on the squad first of all. Okay. So kept Levi, DJ, Kiko's obviously come back, and then some that you didn't have from last season: Tom Boyle, Max Howes.
That I didn't have. You mean I have at the start of the season before the 40-player changeover?
Yeah. How are you feeling about the squad coming into?
I'm very happy with the squad now. I was very happy with the squad at the start of the season, and the players that the solid players and characters that we kept from last season, the ones that have obviously been with me before in a long time, and yeah, we've obviously had to make a couple of changes. What happens is we made some really good signings in pre-season. What we got together was a good squad. We saw quite quickly into the season where we were lacking, and obviously in the forward areas, or number 9, and someone to put the ball in the net, which obviously cost us a little bit in games where things would have been different probably if we had a more natural number 9 or finisher. And what we've done the last couple of weeks has been quite aggressive in bringing people in, like your Jack Langfords, like George Cousins, and saying, look, we need to get people in to add to the squad. We're going to put ball in net. And obviously after today as well, and it's like, I know this is a monthly thing, but you know, you can see already that we look a little bit more potent up front, and that should hopefully help us going forward. But I'm pleased with the squad. We've got quite a big squad, but we've got, in the main, good characters, people that are willing to fight for a shirt, and that's any side that wants to be competitive has to have a good squad, a good bench.
Yeah.
So I think we've got that. If you looked at our bench today, it was very strong, and we still got people like DJ missing. Particularly from today, and if I've missed anyone out, I don't mean any disrespect for that, but obviously everyone knows what I think of DJ. You know, so yeah, we're looking healthy going forward, hopefully.
Cool. We started the season basically P-safe in back-to-back games.
Yeah.
Down here, lost 2-0, but then
thanks.
Reversed it quite quickly.
Could have been 15-6 to us, but we didn't have a centre forward.
There we go.
But
reversed it quite quickly, beating them in the FA Cup.
FA Cup, good performance.
So, how did you feel about both of those?
Those particular games, I could wrap that into the whole start of the season. We think we've had 7 away games in the first 9 games.
Yeah.
I would say, I'm not making any excuses by the way, but I would say the fixtures haven't been particularly kind to us from the start of the season. Like I said, 7 of the first 9 away from home. What would we have in that? Crowborough away twice, who are obviously a very, very solid, very good, strong side and club. So Crowborough away twice. Pagham away twice on a Monday morning and a Tuesday night, by the way. Cheers for whoever's done those fixtures. I feel like I must have upset someone somewhere. What else have we had? Peacehaven away at Eastbourne on a Sunday. Like, fuck me, any chance? So yeah, we've had some tricky fixtures. What else? Loxford away on a Tuesday night. Been some really helpful ones. But you've got to play them at some point. It would have just been, you know, I think if any manager tells you that he doesn't look at the fixtures, certainly at the start of the season, and think, you know, it'd be nice to have a few home fixtures, you know, they'd be lying. You'd hope for a bit of a healthier run of fixtures at the start of the season, but it's been really, really fucking tough, to be fair. And thankfully, we've sort of picked up some points along the way. We've had a couple of good performances. The Midhurst one home here, you know, for example, that was should have been 3 points. I think their keeper was extraordinary in that game to keep us to keep that to 1, but then we didn't lose the game, which we could have done at the end, by the way. You know, in the other games that we've had, apart from the Crowborough away game in the league, where we were absolutely dogged from the first minute to the 90th, we've actually played really well across most parts of most games and been in positions to win the games or take things from games, and you know, we've been in all the games, but like I said, that cutting edge has been missing, and we've worked hard to try and change that quite quickly. So hopefully, you know, onwards and upwards.
Great. Lordswood, for most of us, was a brilliant day out.
Yeah, great day out.
But the result was as unlucky as you can get.
That summed everything up at that moment. Yeah.
But there are plenty of positives to take. What did you take from that?
We knew Lordswood were going to be really strong side. Loads of feedback on them. Obviously, they got what's his face in charge, whose name evades me right now, but it was a top player, played in the Premier League and everything like that, played for Norwich as well. Boo, Norwich. But he has a really strong side there with some proper players that come down from higher levels and whatnot, and we knew it was going to be tough. And the fact that despite we played with kind of a false 9 situation because we just didn't have a 9, I think on that day I asked Alfie Mitchell to do a job for me up front in the 9 and just sort of be an extra man on top of that midfield, and I thought he was excellent, by the way, that day. We really done well to stay in the game, and I think to get to the 70th minute and look at it and go, we're still 0-0 here, even though we were under the cosh because they're so strong. We were defending corner after corner, but we weren't under actual pressure. There weren't many chances. We were doing enough to stop them. So we get to the 70th minute and we think, hey, this is a 0-0 here, would be great. And I still felt we had a threat going down the other way with Harley and with Mo in the wide areas. But I spent about probably 15 seconds picking up a bottle of water in between defending a corner. And then I hear the crowd go up and I realised that my goalkeeper has kicked it in the back of my mutant centre-back and it's in the goal and the game's over. And that was done. And I've only saw it last week. Someone showed me the footage because I refused to watch it because I didn't want to see what it was. And it's one of the fucking most ridiculous things I've ever seen in football at any level ever. And I just don't want to talk about it ever again. It would have been a great result. For 70 minutes we were excellent. And then I don't want to talk about the rest.
Fair
Shambles. But how it's not gone on Sport Bible ended up being a blooper somewhere, I don't know. Someone needs to send it somewhere. It's calamitous, but oh well. We live and learn, don't we?
Well, month's ends in a positive way.
Yep.
Today, first half, thought we were brilliant.
Yep.
Second half, bit nervy, but got the job done.
Not nervy, naive. I think actually, when you come down here and the wind is up, it can fuck either or. And I think we've done well first half. We've gone with the wind. We probably could have had 3 or 4 in the first half and killed it. Ramon's missed a great chance. Langford's then had 2 chances, scored 2 goals, which is brilliant from him, by the way, and that's what you want from a forward. That makes a difference. And we played some really good football. We've been really in charge throughout the game.
When you just turned the lights off.
Yeah, of course. No problem. Thanks, man. We've been really in charge throughout the game. You keep that in,
Okay.
But we knew second half we were going to go under the cosh. They're a really strong side, Bexhill. They're very direct. They're very aggressive. They throw bodies forward, and their second half of them with that wind is going to suit them. So we found it very difficult to get out in the second half, which led to pressure and eventually, even the goals though, we just haven't defended them properly. And we've been, I don't want to say unfortunate, it sounds like an excuse, but we've been a little bit unfortunate. It's fucking hit Levi again. He scored another own goal, by the way. This time Elliot wasn't booting it at him from a goal kick. But Levi gets another own goal, and then you're looking at it thinking, well, now we've just conceded a 2-goal lead in 5 minutes. We're under the cosh, we're against the wind, we can't get out. Players that have absolutely done an absolute shift for me, like your George Cousins and your Jack Langfords and Mo out wide and Ramon as well. They're all looking leggy now because it's been a shift. In those forward areas, you're thinking, how are we going to now? We might lose this game, and that's going to look shit. And under the circumstances again, but it is what it is. You think, oh, I'm just not getting much luck here. But of all people, we managed to win a good corner, and Big Lev has decided to smash one in the right net for the first time this season, which is wonderful. And thankfully, we've hung on as well for 3 points. So that's a really good way to finish the first month of the season. We deserved it. We've deserved a little bit more than we've got from these opening games, to be fair, but that is irrelevant because, like I say to the players, all that matters is what's written on the fucking paper. That's what people see. Context is not important at the end of it, but people look at the result. I'll check Ipswich later. All that matters is it was whatever the score is. Doesn't matter how well we played. I want to see 3 points. We stay in the Premier League. It's exactly the same with us, all right? Which we will do. But yeah, it's a good way to end. I'm really pleased with the reaction today, and as I spoke to him at half time, there was going to be times in that second half where we had to overcome adversity, but we had to react the right way. And the fact that we were able to drop a 2-goal lead, be under the cosh, not be able to get out of our half, and we still managed to have enough character to go forward and try and win the game. And I was happy to lose the game, by the way, trying to win it. Because that was a discussion we had, like, do we go for it, or are we happy with 2-2? And I said, I'd rather fucking lose, I don't want to draw again, let's go and have a win, I don't care. Like, 3 points, and then the fact that we got it in the end was very, very satisfying. I'm sure lots of people are pleased with us as well.
Nice. Thank you very much. Look forward to next month.
Sip my beer now, is that okay?
Go for it. Deserved.
Cheers.